is Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana, who has been a constant pillar of support to BioAsia to address the audience.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us virtually today for the inauguration of the 19th edition of BioAsia, the flagship event organized by Telangana government year after year, which has today become a very eagerly looked forward event, not just here in this country, but all over the world. And it gives me even more pleasure that despite the prevailing situation for the past 2 years, we still have been able to successfully conduct this premier event using virtual means. And in some ways, we have been creating even larger impact by organizing it virtually. I'm delighted to share with you that we have been able to get some stellar sessions organized as a part of 19th edition of BioAsia. In fact, many of you who follow all our social media posts, etc., would already be aware that the headline session for this year's edition is the fireside chat Honorable Minister Mr. K.T. Ramarao is having with Mr. Bill Gates. Both of them are visionaries in their own ways, and when they are going to discuss healthcare, particularly in view of the pandemic challenge and what kind of preparedness we must have for the next pandemic, if at all it hits us, will be a matter of great delight and very, very educative. We have an equally interesting fireside chat, which Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, the Joint MD of the Apollo Group, is having with the winner of this year's BioAsia Award, Dr. Drew Weissman, and they are going to discuss the development of the mRNA vaccines and what kind of future holds for them. But besides these two stellar fireside chats, we also have a number of very interesting sessions. As all of you would know by now, the theme of this year's BioAsia is Future Ready. And this is a very, very relevant theme, given the circumstances that we are going through, the importance of life sciences, healthcare, that every person, every citizen in the world today is recognizing. So the sessions, as I said, have been curated, keeping the very important theme in mind. We have a very interesting panel, people who have been actually very, very hands-on in management of this pandemic over the last 2 years, discussing what have been the experiences of these 2 years and what are the challenges and successes, in which eminent speakers like Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, the Chief Scientist of WHO, Mr. Amitabh Kant, the CEO of Niti Aayog, Dr. Peter Piot, EU's Chief Scientific Advisor for Epidemics, the Secretary of Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Krishna Ella, who is the latest awardee of the Padma Bhushan, and Ms. Mahima Datla, MD of Biological E, another big contributor of the vaccines scenario in the current pandemic. These ladies and gentlemen are getting together to discuss the experiences of these 2 years. Another very important session is on drug research and development. And we have representatives from Government of India's Department of Science and Technology, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ms. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, the Executive Chairperson of Biocon Group, Mr. Satish Reddy, Chairman of Dr. Reddy's Lab, Mr. Sharvil Patle, MD of Zydus Cadila, and Mr. Sanjeev Navangul, MD and CEO of Bharat Serums and Vaccines, who will be telling about the role their companies are playing in this very important aspect of drug research and development. I'm also happy to share that later in the day, at 4:45 p.m. precisely, Indian Standard Time, I am moderating a panel which again talks of something which is very, very topical. In fact, we have been witnessing this for the last 7-8 years or so, but this is something which is going to dominate the future, and that is how the two worlds of technology and life sciences converge. And as I said, I'm moderating this very interesting panel in which we have domain experts from the technology world and domain experts from the life sciences world. We have other interesting sessions as well, and one of the highlights for tomorrow's day-long events is the CEO's Conclave, the session which will have 5 leading CEOs of Indian companies, Mr. Ajay Piramal, who is the chairman of the Piramal Group, Mr. Dilip Shangvi, the MD of Sun Pharma, Mr. Pankaj Patel, chairman and managing director of Zydus Cadila, and Mr. G.V. Prasad, co-chairman and MD of Dr. Reddy's Lab. They will be deliberating on what kind of experiences the corporate world has had in handling this pandemic, what kind of efforts have been made by them to build a resilient supply chain, what are their views on post-pandemic regulations, how do they see the convergence between medtech and health tech, and what kind of other strategic opportunities they visualize, not just for their own companies, but for the country as a whole. So even in this virtual format, I feel very proud that the response to this event has been truly overwhelming, and we have a record number of registrations so far. In fact, just before I was stepping in to make this speech, I found out that the registration numbers have crossed 30,000, 32,000 to be precise, and I'm very sure there'll be last minute rush for registrations also. So despite the fact that we are not able to do an in-person event, our reach has been amazing to be able to catch the attention of 30,000 plus people from all parts of the world is no mean feat. And I guess all that has been made possible because of the fact that we have been able to get some of the best minds, some of the most visionary industry leaders, political leaders, business leaders to participate in this BioAsia 2020. I hope that next year we may be able to have an in-person event. I'm confident that the response that we have been able to get this year as well as last year will continue even if we switch over to a in-person event. And I look forward to welcoming all of you once again. I'll be failing in my duty if I do not thank all the partners and sponsors who have joined hands with Government of Telangana to present BioAsia 2022. So a very big thank to all of you. The list is too long for me to read out, but given the fact that this has now become a marquee signature event, it's no big deal for all the sponsors and partners to associate themselves with us. Once again, have a great 2 days interaction today and tomorrow. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's now time to witness the presentation of the Genome Valley Excellence Award, one of the most coveted awards for the life sciences global industry, which was introduced in 2004 to recognize and honor eminent individuals and organizations for their exceptional contribution to the life sciences research and industry. We are pleased to announce and confer the Genome Valley Excellence Award 2022 on Dr. Drew Weissman, Professor of Medicine, University of Pennsylvania, USA. We have a short AV clip about Dr. Weissman.
I'm highly honored to receive the Genome Valley Excellence Award for 2022. It's a great honor to be recognized for the basic science research that we've performed our entire lives. But most importantly, this award isn't just for me. It's for all of the researchers that have been involved in the development of mRNA, lipid nanoparticles, vaccines, and the study of coronaviruses. Without every one of those researchers, we wouldn't be where we are today. So this isn't a simple award for one person. It's an award for science in general. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on that well-deserved honor, sir. I would now like to invite the chief guest for the occasion, Mr. KT Ramarao, Honorable Minister of Industries and Commerce, Government of Telangana, who has left no stone unturned to strengthen the position of Hyderabad in the field of life sciences to address the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. On behalf of the state of Telangana, I welcome you all to BioAsia 2022. I'm delighted and honored to inaugurate the 19th edition of BioAsia, our flagship annual event. I'm extremely pleased that BioAsia has been able to weave a meaningful and pivotal narrative for almost 2 decades. I sincerely believe that the deliberations at BioAsia will continue to guide the growth trajectory of life sciences sector in the state, country, and the world at large. At the outset, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to the recipient of the coveted Genome Valley Excellence Award for the year 2022, Dr. Drew Weissman, for his pioneering work on mRNA, which ultimately led to the development of both Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. His contributions are indeed remarkable and have helped save millions of lives globally. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has placed a spotlight on the importance of the life sciences industry and the need to build robust healthcare systems. It is in this context, I believe, the theme of this year, Future Ready, is extremely timely. As the life sciences industry develops its future growth strategies, it is the right time to assess our current position and deliberate on the imperatives for the future growth. I'm immensely proud of the fact that Hyderabad continues to make an indelible imprint in the life sciences sector, not just in India, but also globally. I'm delighted to share with you that the life sciences sector in the state of Telangana has attracted investments worth more than 6,400 crores of rupees, which roughly translates to 850 million US dollars from about 215 companies, both existing and new entrants, and has created an additional employment of more than 34,000 people in last 1 year alone. This is almost 200% more than the investment attracted by the sector in the previous year, which clearly underscores the growing role and impact of Hyderabad's life sciences ecosystem and the Telangana state's endeavor to ensure required support to the sector. Genome Valley's prominence has been recognized globally in the wake of the pandemic, with most of the country's vaccine manufacturers being from this cluster. It is a matter of immense pride for us that 2 out of the 3 indigenously developed vaccines, Covaxin and Corbevax, are from Hyderabad. Also, both vaccines which are approved in India for children are also from Hyderabad. Further, Genome Valley continues to witness expansion of several pharmaceutical companies. Syngene International, a leading CRO, is expanding operations in this cluster. Further, a Germany headquartered global leader in pharmaceutical excipient solutions, DFE Pharma, is set to launch their center of excellence named as Closer to the Formulator, C2F. Also, Japan Bio, which started in Genome Valley, recently saw investment from Piramal Pharma of more than 100 crore rupees to continue their expansion in the cluster. Also, companies like Porus Life Sciences, CVR Life Sciences, Dandu Biosciences, and Laurus Synthesis are investing around 500 crores cumulatively in the cluster. Similarly, the state of Telangana has identified medical devices as a highly potential, high growth sector, creating immense opportunities. And to our expectations, the sector is growing by leaps and bounds. In December, I had the honor of inaugurating 7 companies in a medical devices park, and almost 20 more facilities will be operational in the next 6 months. The park now has over 50 companies setting up their manufacturing and R&D units with an overall investment commitment of around 1,500 crores and total employment of around 7,000 direct jobs, in addition to about 1,500 crores of investment from companies such as Medtronic, B. Brown, etc. in Hyderabad. I'm excited about the ongoing advanced discussions with some of the companies, which I am hopeful of announcing soon. On the pharmaceutical front, we are inching closer to the launch of the world's largest pharmaceutical cluster, the Hyderabad Pharma City. The cluster has been planned with the most advanced and efficient utility and environmental infrastructure, with the objective of increasing cost competitiveness of the industry, ultimately making affordable and quality medicines available for the citizens globally. I've personally had an opportunity to interact with experts around the world, and I can state with great pride that the cluster will truly redefine the landscape of pharmaceuticals and also industrial clusters globally. We remain committed to the environment and also promoting sustainable practices. As one of the many steps in this direction, we have set up a multi-industry supported innovation and technology hub for flow chemistry in Hyderabad as an initiative aimed towards ensuring greater adoption of greener manufacturing processes. BioAsia has been instrumental in showcasing our policies, infrastructure, ecosystem, and achievements globally, in addition to also helping us shape our strategy based on inputs from the industry leaders. This flagship event helps us play a catalytic role in bringing stakeholders together and enabling deliberations on topics of global relevance. I'm keenly looking forward to the sessions lined up over the next couple of days with an exceedingly eclectic and proficient cast of speakers. I'm also looking forward to chatting with Mr. Bill Gates this evening on a variety of topics concerning global health. As we talk about future readiness over the next couple of days and discuss the role of stakeholders, it is imperative for the government to play a key enabling role in helping industries be future ready. India has a prominent presence in the global pharmaceutical industry and is regarded as the pharmacy capital of the world. While India ranks third in terms of volume, we are only 14th in terms of value in the global pharma market. There is a huge gap in value and volume contribution, which can be filled only by moving up in the value chain. The gap cannot be bridged with incremental innovation in generics alone, but we must build our capabilities in areas like complex generics, biologics, and biosimilars, cell and gene therapy, breakthrough research and development, clinical research, etc. Government needs to stand with the industry to see how some of the pricing pressures can be balanced with strong volume growth and how our capable human talent can be leveraged as a core differentiator globally and how more research and development can be incentivized to quickly move up the value chain. While some of the Indian healthcare companies have achieved global scale, the presence of global healthcare companies in the country is limited and their growth is also declining over the last few years. As of now, India represents just a small percentage of global revenue for most of them, even though we have close to 18% of the global population. We must encourage transnational healthcare companies to invest in India as they can help India play a much larger role in the global value chain. It is important to create a more conducive environment for the healthcare companies to develop, operate, and manufacture in the country and make these innovative drugs and devices available for our citizens also. While the policies and regulations have improved in India, there is so much more to be done in terms of our intellectual property policy and enforcement framework, regulatory reforms, development of ancillary industries, pricing policy rationalization, reimbursement schemes, duty structure correction, particularly for the medical devices and rare diseases drugs, incentives to support R&D investment, among others, to accelerate economic growth and also make healthcare delivery better and, more importantly, affordable. I request Government of India to consider these long pending demands from the industry and help the sector achieve its full potential. I strongly believe with the right set of investments and support enablers, India can become leader in life sciences innovation than just being a fast follower. I would like to highlight that the state of Telangana is striving to lead by example and are focused on some of the key pillars that are within the ambit of the state government by way of creating advanced scientific infrastructure, training industry-ready talent pool, rationalizing state-level regulations and clearances, promoting linkages between industry and academia in a more systematic and institutionalized manner, among others. I'm confident of achieving our target to become a $100 billion valuation by 2030, up from the 50 billion in 2020, driven primarily by innovation. I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank my team, the partners, and the sponsors for organizing this year's event. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. We have great sessions lined up today. Do join us and we hope you enjoy the sessions. Thank you.
scientist and entrepreneur.